Next up at UFC Singapore, we got Billy Goff taking on Yusaku Kinoshita. Billy Goff, 8-2 overall, 5-0 in his last 5. He is officially making his UFC debut. He's taking on Yusaku Kinoshita, 6-2 overall, 3-2 in his last 5. He's coming off that stoppage loss to Adam Fugit. This is an interesting fight. You'll see this is the one and only fight on this card where the line flipped. Billy Goff opened at a minus 155 favorite. And then all the money came in on Kinoshita, and that line completely flipped. And now Kinoshita is the medium-sized favorite here. And I kind of get it, right? He's the UFC veteran. He's a slick, powerful striker. He's got incredible defense with his counter-striking. He moves his head out of the way just a tiny bit, and then he will fire back. If you look at his Contender Series win, you'll just see how powerful he is. And while his striking is slick, his takedown defense is not. He gets taken down very, very, very easily, like almost at will. He does have a very good get-up game. The guy, you pop right back up, and you got to take him down all over again. He's coming off that loss to Adam Fugit, where he was TKO'd in the first round after being taken down 4 times. But again, to get taken down 4 times in the same round, and it didn't leave the round, means he got up 3. So this guy pops right back up. He's taking on Billy Goff. Billy Goff is a well-rounded guy. He's got clean boxing, a solid clinch, decent wrestling, good grappling that he uses if he gets into trouble. He can catch a kick. He'll take you down. He strikes first, so he's not a wrestler. While his takedowns are very good, he's not really a wrestler. He's going to come out, he's going to strike with you, then he'll transition to the wrestling. I do wish he would wrestle a little more because he gets hit. But this guy will push a pace. Contender Series, perfect example. He was dropped, and that's going to raise a lot of questions. But I like Billy Goff here. I have a bet on him. I got him at plus 140, and I threw that bet up there for premium members. It's already down to plus 125. I don't know why the money came in. It's plus 105 now?
Yeah.
There you go. That's why it's so important to be a premium member. That bet has been up since Saturday, and you're going to get a lot. He might flip back to the favorite, and then you lost all the underdog money. So make sure you're a premium member. You have your alerts turned on and all those things. But the reality is we just watched Kinoshita get taken down over and over and then finished. We just saw that happen. Billy Goff can do that exact same thing. And Billy Goff he doesn't have a great chin, and that is worrisome. But he does have much better top control than Adam Fugit. So while Kinoshita's got a good get-up game, I don't think it's going to matter much. I think Billy Goff's going to get the takedowns, hang out on top, potentially finish from there. So I have a full unit on him at plus 140. What do you think, Jacob Heimer-Schmidt?
Yeah, don't ever fucking call me that again. Have you ever seen the Cable Guy?
Yeah.
Anytime I see the name Billy, remember when the guy's in jail, he's like, "Oh, Billy."
Yeah, with
he's
the
like,
nipple on the glass.
"Oh, Billy."
Yeah.
Trying to act like he's his lover. So he's like, "Stop." And he's also got that Ryan Hall chest hair. I think that's what, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, and I'm thinking about my picks this week, I think there was something that really attracted me to Billy Goff, and I think it is that Ryan Hall chest hair. But, I mean, you broke it down perfect. I mean, Billy Goff goes through adversity. You've seen him time and time again get absolutely. I mean, it's like he basically looks like Colby Covington when he gets dropped, where it's like he folds and then boom, he's right back up, ready to go, and he wins those fights. That's what's crazy. It's not like he gets dropped and he kind of survives. He does okay. He comes back. What was that?
Go ahead. I dropped my chapstick. It's all right.
He comes back and he dominates those fights. He finishes those fights. And what I love about him too is that he came in, became the welterweight champ of the CES? Is that what it's called? CES.
Yeah, you've been to a CES show.
That's right. I have. I was best friends with the Gottis. I don't want to get into how I know the Gottis, but you know they were there. It was a lot of fun. Post party. You remember the post party? The women. Oh my God. And they would not, they're like, "Oh my God, you know, John Gotti." I'm like, "I know the Gottis," you know what I mean? And they were all over me. It was wet. It was wild. It was sticky. But he became the welterweight champ at CES. And then like 2 weeks later, the middleweight champ was like, "We need a fight." He's like, "I'll go fight you." And he became the middleweight champion as well. He's a double champion of CES, which isn't really a slouch division. There's some good fighters in
CES is
that.
solid.
Yeah, it's a solid. So it's not like he's one of these regional guys just beat him. He was a double champ of the CES. He's an absolute dog. Yes, there's probably going to be a moment of adversity in this fight yet again because Kino, I'm just going to call it Kino, because Kino does hit hard. And when he hits hard, he hits people, he can put them out. So yeah, Billy Goff could get knocked out. But if I have to come into this fight and pick the guy that I think can overcome adversity, or if this fight gets ugly and it turns dirty and there's dirty boxing and clinching and wrestling, I'm going to take Billy Goff 10 out of 10 times. You saw Kino in that last fight versus Adam Fugitt kind of get ragdolled, kind of get pushed around. I'm not going to see that in Billy Goff. You saw that in that 185 fight, but that guy was huge. And then he ended up being on top of that guy. I like Billy Goff's attitude. I like his tenacity. I like his absolute grit and desire in this fight. I'm not saying that Kino doesn't have that as well, but I just like him because he's a dog, man. I actually like these odds for him. I don't think he should be a minus 150 favorite because of the issues that he has in the stand-up, let's say. But dog money, I'll take that all day, every day.
He's Northeast tough. And listen, I'm from the Northeast. I'm very biased. But there's a very good MMA community in the Northeast. There's a bunch of good-sized gyms in Connecticut. Knight. There's a bunch of good-sized gyms in Connecticut. Connecticut has produced for a small-ass state a bunch of UFC fighters, including a champion in Glover, and then Alex Pereira is there as well. That Connecticut didn't make him, but
William Knight.
Parker Porter is out of Connecticut. I mean, William Knight's out of Connecticut. I mean, that guy's a legitimate UFC fighter. So
got some wins,
making chokes. But Connecticut has done well, and then Massachusetts has a whole bunch of fighters. That's where Rob Font is. That's where Calvin Kattar is. There's a couple of gritty people in New Hampshire. Like there's a big MMA community.
Henzo Gracie, what a great gym they have.
Well, I don't include the Northeast. Doesn't include New. When you say I'm saying Northeast, I mean New England. New England doesn't include New York and New Jersey. But anyway, my point is, even though those Connecticut guys, those Massachusetts guys will go to New York and Jersey for some of those smaller shows. So my point being, an 8-2 record from a guy in a region of the country that has a really robust feeder system is a solid 8-2. Much better than your boy from.
Whoa! I don't want anybody catching strays.
Who is that dude you constantly kept? He broke the lock of the week 10-fight streak, the Indiana Zone. Who's that idiot? Jacob went on a 10-fight underdog lock of the week streak, picked Indiana Zone, Indiana tough, Indiana. Dude went out like done. He got lit.
Yeah, there's early stoppage.
Who was it? What was his name again?
You know what's weird about this? His name's Cameron Van Camp. You know what's weird about this?
Cameron Van Camp. Is Diana
Belbita randomly tagged him on Twitter because somebody was talking about. Oh, I think Aljo last week was talking about playing chess, and Diana Belbita tweeted Cameron Van Camp in that tweet. And it was like, we should play chess or you should play. I was like, wait a second. Cameron Van Camp had 2 UFC fights, lost them both, and now he's talking to fucking Diana Belbita. I mean, what the fuck's going on here?
He is good looking.
I'll get knocked out twice in the UFC if I can talk to Diana.
I'm happy to do it. $7,800 in DraftKings. I will probably do that. I think he can get the takedowns. I think he can get the stoppage. To Jacob's point, he might get put out and put up no real numbers, but I'll shoot my shot here at the $7,800 in DraftKings. Are you going to do the same?
Somebody's really kind of making fun of Connecticut in the chat.
I could give a shit about that person.
I think Billy's going to be. I kind of like him here. I think he's going to be in my lineup.
I hear you. Well, WeWantPicks.com. Click become a member. You'll see all the bets the instant we place them. Like when I place this Billy Goff bet at plus 140. Obviously, if it misses, who gives a shit about the value? But point being, I got it with some value. $10 super chat from Michael Ovispane. Jacob, your teeth look funny, bro. Just like your picks.
I don't know what this guy's issue is.
That was a great $10, honestly. Thank you
well,
so much.
he's been that's $20 now making fun of us. So
I'll take it all day, baby.
Yeah, we appreciate that. But you can go fuck yourself.